Today, we're gonna plant a year's worth of potatoes to feed our family. We don't even eat that much potatoes anymore, but in a survival situation, if you absolutely had to survive, potatoes are gonna keep you alive. It's not like perfect nutrition, but if you've ever seen the movie The Martian, Matt Damon survived off this in space, on Mars, all by himself. I have 60 pounds of seed potatoes that I'm gonna be planting in underneath this tarp here. We're gonna remove this tarp that has killed all the weeds. We're gonna prepare our rows and plant 60 pounds of seed potatoes and just see how many potatoes that we could grow to keep for the entire year to feed us. And we've never grown that much, but this year we're gonna do it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this tarp. I'm gonna move it over here where I just mowed these rows. They were kale that overwintered and spinach, and I just mowed everything, and they're gonna get covered now with the silage tarps. And in a few weeks, once everything has died under there, we're gonna plant some pinto beans, which is also gonna be another staple crop to feed us year round. Now that I've done that, you can see how much the tarps really cooked all the weeds under. So it's basically a blank canvas for us to start preparing the beds for the potatoes. And all I'm gonna do right now is take a pickaxe and make a furrow. We're gonna put a furrow in the ground right down the center of these rows, and that's where all the potatoes are gonna go. Got my pickaxe, gonna put it to work. Not sure exactly how many rows we're gonna need because I never planted this many potatoes before, but they're gonna go right down the center here. Glad I time-lapsed that so I couldn't show how out of shape I am. Did a better job making a straight row with this first row. The other one went a little crooked because I was digging a little bit differently, but I'm gonna start with 2 rows, 2 furrows, see how far we get with all the seed potatoes that we got before I make any new rows. Red Norland is the variety of seed potatoes that we're gonna mostly be planting. I have 10 pounds, there's 50 pounds of these Red Norland variety, and I have 10 pounds of, I think it's called Eva. It's just a regular, kind of looks like a Yukon Gold kind of potato. We're gonna plant these whole potatoes. We're not gonna do anything like cutting them or anything. The eyes will face them, so the eyes are facing up. And then as the shoots start to go through the ground, we'll hill these up. But for now, I'm just gonna lightly cover these. And then maybe in a week or so, when we start to see some shoots start to come up above the dirt level, we'll hill them up further from some of the dirt on the sides of the rows, and we'll hill it up. But I'm planting these potatoes about 8 inches apart, which I'm not measuring, just guesstimating. I want to get as many of these in here as I possibly can. Don't want to give them too much spacing and leave weeds a chance to take over. That looks a little bit rotted, hopefully.
It's the least you can do. Oh my gosh.
There's 2 more bags. I wanted to get them.
And then so you're putting them like this?
Yeah, I think it's like yeah, and about like 8 inches.
Like that?
Yeah. Some of them are starting.
That's not deep enough, is it?
No, you can try to push them as far in as it'll go.
Oh,
But
there's a big old worm.
yeah, there's lots of worms. This is a lot of potatoes.
Yeah. No, down this side. Perfect. grow new potatoes. It doesn't mean you're gonna eat them like that. He said no, that's gross.
Trying to get out. You gotta help me. I only got a few more of the red Norland variety, and the last 10-pound bag that I have is this variety called Eva, which I've never grown before. It's just a regular yellow potato, but we'll see how it does. This is the 5th row that I furrowed, and yeah, it's hard to tell the difference because these are such old potatoes at this point, but this is actually red. It's a dried red, and this is the color of the other one. They're actually a lot bigger. So these are more of a medium to small size, the red Norland, and the Eva is a nice large size potato. Last step, gonna cover them up. Oh, gonna have a sore back tonight, already do. I'm just barely covering them now, but once these start to put on a lot more growth, I'm gonna hill these up. I'm either gonna bring in some of the compost that I have or bring in probably compost from my chicken run, which is already full of nitrogen and a lot of good stuff that's gonna help these potatoes explode. So that's what I want. That's probably what I'll do. But that's gonna be a lot of work. I don't need to do that right now, but I got them all planted. We got 5 rows. Each row is about 35, maybe 40 feet long. So let's say we got about 200 feet of potatoes planted. This is the most I've ever planted. And we're gonna see how much that grows. If things get really bad, it'll be nice to have some potatoes in the pantry that we could eat at any time that we need it. And these can also feed our animals, our chickens, which turns out to be the most important thing that we grow more than any other vegetable is our chickens. So the potatoes are an emergency food source for the chickens and also for us. And that's food security for you. This tray of onions going to be going in the ground soon too. These are ready, I just don't have the bed space ready yet, so those are going to be next. A row of onions to feed us for the year, and a whole lot of tomatoes. So we got a lot cooking right now. Excited.